Every light casts a shadow.
Every light casts a shadow. Every light.
You wear that hat like the world's greatest sage, but wisdom doesn't make you immune to your age. You built a generation trained heroes to fight, yet somehow every victory begins with your hindsight. You create a creation, the power to make, but every masterpiece is a shadow in its weight. You create little heroes and send them to war, and grow yourself a mentor when they come back scarred. You taught them spin, you taught them balance and grace, but how many times did your wisdom arrive too late? Ramadan, with all the time twins, the Onis return. How many disasters before you finally learn? You tell everyone, find peace within, but you spend centuries fighting chaos outside. Maybe that's why you never noticed the darkness inside. You create, I conceal, you reveal, I'll make you feel. You teach them what they should become. I show them what they already are. The shadow remembers every secret you hide, every lesson you gave, every failure inside. You can create heroes, you can build them a name, but every shining legend still casts the same shade. You call yourself light, light. Darkness is the end, but shadows don't disappear, they simply wait. You trained more than watched him become what he feared. He wanted to be the green ninja and you never made that clear. You saw his obsession growing yet pushed him aside, and wonder what resentment became the reason he died. You and Gama don't fuck together for years, brothers divided by darkness, corruption and fears. You tried to save him and sometimes you succeeded, but how many times did your certainty make people bleed? Think about destiny like you've already read a page, like every disaster has a lesson waiting backstage. But destiny's just a story when someone else holds the pen, and I spent my whole life living where forgotten things end. I'm Obscuria, the unseen. You overlook the shadow behind the champion story, the part of history nobody puts in the book. You taught heroes to face their fears, I became the fear they couldn't see. You taught them to fight monsters, I teach them monsters don't always announce themselves. The shadow remembers every secret you hide, every lesson you gave, every failure inside. You can create heroes, you can build them a name, but every shining legend still casts the same shade. You call yourself light, light. Darkness is the end, but shadows don't disappear, they simply wait. You know what shadow really means? Not evil or destruction, absence, the place where your light doesn't reach. And after thousands of years, there are still places you haven't reached. You created a legacy and held that immortality, but legacy fades when nobody remembers reality. Students become legend, their victories become law, while every mistake you make is buried on the floor. You say, learn from the past, but who decides what gets remembered? The victor, the teacher, the one holding the pen? What about the people in the shadows? What about the names that disappeared? What about every warrior who fought beside your heroes and never became a legend? I don't need creation, I don't need a prophecy telling me who I should become. My inherited shadow, and shadow doesn't need permission, it exists wherever the light refuses to lie. The shadow remembers every secret you hide, every hero you made, every wound left behind. You can create tomorrow, you can teach them to fight, but you can't create a world where darkness has no right. Call yourself monster, call yourself wise, but even you can't see what's standing behind your eyes. The shadow remembers you. Every time you light a candle, I find a place. Every time you light a candle,